is CW8BCI repeater PL100 Earth.
This is Whiskey 8, November Golf Tango, designated Lansing ARPSC Training Net Control Station. This is the last training net for the year 2025. This is a formal and directed net. All traffic must be cleared through net control. Whenever you call net control, please wait for us to acknowledge you before transmitting any information. As a reminder, all operators checking into the net are required to check out if they need to leave for the net for any reason. Also, if you're going to check in via WinLink, now's the time to do it. Checking into the net, please provide your call sign slowly and phonetically, your first name and your current location. This is Whiskey 8, November Golf Tango, now standing by for check-ins for the Lansing Ingham ARPSC Training Net.
Whiskey X-Ray 8, Mike, Oscar, Juliet, Dan, north of Mason.
Whiskey X-Ray 8, MOJ, Dan, got you north of Mason. Next station, please. Nothing heard. Dan, looks like it's just you and I.
Sometimes the holidays be like that. A lot of stuff going on for sure. But, you know, at least we're on the air. At least our radios work. Always chuckle because I have to turn my subwoofer off, otherwise I hear everything through the subwoofer.
Okay, based on your text, I guess Chris will be giving me a call a little bit later. And then also, you were talking about one other person wanting to get connected with MSU, possibly combining the groups. for Winter Field Day. Is that what I'm understanding?
JNT0Y is affiliated with the MSU Amateur Radio Club, and it was wondering about seeing about any possible collaboration, I think, between the groups. Because I got a text wondering if CMARC was going to be doing anything, and it's like, well, I know that, there's some interest in possibly collaborating between CMARC and ARPSC. So maybe at some point get a three-way group chat going between you guys. But yeah, Chris said he would try to get a hold of you after the net tonight, and just that they're night owls, and I think, work usually kind of runs late, and so their evenings are a lot more available than earlier in the day.
That's good. After 7 is fine. A lot of times during some nights I'm a little bit busy, but Monday nights are generally open. That's not a bad idea, though, especially if there's something available on campus or around that area. I would think that we could easily do something there.
Wonder what the options would be. MSU's got a lot of real estate, of course, and out in the farm areas or out by the pavilion or just, even some of the spots on campus, there might be places where something could get set up. Might be kind of, out of the way but kind of public. In a way, I don't know when classes start back up again. Some visibility might be kind of cool, do some silly things, and I know the groups have been trying to figure out ways of collaborating and getting together and doing something. I know we tend to take lead on field day, so to speak. I don't know what kind of options are out there, but it'd be cool to get engaged with some of that stuff. I took some classes at MSU. I don't know if I'd be eligible for the club, but they have some pretty cool stuff there, and collaboration's always a good thing. I know I've tried to hop onto their stuff when they're doing things on their repeater, but life gets busy, hard to remember everything, but yeah, definitely be curious to know if they have any spots available, and maybe there's places that are accessible but also close to somewhere to warm up.
Okay, well, I'll talk to Chris about what he has to say, and I got no problem if we can get together, and possibly if something's available, maybe next Monday night, if Chris would be available and Jason would be available, to where we did some sort of Google Meet Monday night, if that's an option, to where people could get together and we could actually do some face-to-face conversation, I suppose. What's your thoughts on that?
I have no problems with that. I mean, we could even try to get an email chain going, or text group, something, just be like, hey, you all three should chat, and do we want to do Google Meet? Because if so, yeah, we could use the ARPSC one with no problem. I guess, hey Randy, do you mind? I don't think he's going to mind, especially if it's on a regularly scheduled night. And if something does get situated, it might be kind of cool to see what can get organized. I know I'm interested, very busy at the moment, but it would be cool if something was going on, try to stop by or check it out.
Kilo Echo 8, November Juliet Tango.
Kilo Echo 8, November Juliet Tango. Go ahead.
Roger, this is Kilo Echo 8, November Juliet Tango, Brian and Mason. I thought I'd give you another number rather than just lurking in the background. Over.
W8BCI repeater.
Welcome, Brian. We're just chatting. Normally this is a training app for ARPSC, and right now it's just two of us on it, so you are number 3. UX8 MOJ, this is W8NGT. Hey, isn't that good for us as ARPSC folks collaborating with other groups on that? Isn't that kind of a plus for us?
think so. I think the more ways we can bridge with the different groups, the better. And I think MSU ARC is trying to get a little more active, and if we can help fan those flames, that's just potential, help and support later for us. And I don't know, I'm just kind of team, let's get all the groups working as together as we can, as often as we can, because let's keep the hobby going.
Very true. Also, with a winter field day, there are occasional disasters that happen during the wintertime. People need to know if their equipment's going to work during the winter.
And we live in a place where the weather gets interesting, and sometimes it gets windy and snowy and icy, and sometimes power goes bye-bye, and if that happens long enough, that's, I think, when we become a little more usable, so to speak. So making sure we have at least concepts of a plan on what we would do when things get cold and crappy. It's not a bad idea.
Okay, that's good. I think we can flush that out. I'll talk to Chris tonight about it. Does anybody else have any other comments, questions, or announcements? Please come now. The W8NGT, I will make one announcement just in case anybody's looking for a deal. They're on YouTube. If you type into the YouTube channel Ham Radio 2.0, they're having an actual Let's Make a Deal with good gigaparts. So you can go in and name your price, and then if they like your price, they'll accept it. If not, they'll counteroffer you. But that's going on tonight. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central Time, which I guess is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's just an announcement from us, or from me, excuse me. Other than that, again, we're just as an announcement part, we're trying to work out field day for winter field day for getting some participation. So that's a good thing. And I think that's pretty much it. Dan, do you have anything else?
I think that sounds about right. Just curious to see how things might progress with plans for Winter Field Day. Getting the groups together would be kind of cool. We can see about doing a Google Meet next week, especially if we get some of the interested parties there, or even if it's not on Monday, try to figure out what would be a good time to meet for that. And there will be an LCDRA meeting coming up the third Thursday of January, whenever that day is. We should probably figure out, maybe on the other end of New Year's, try to get out to Delta Fire, all of that good stuff. But try to get going. But Jeff Cokie-Smith's also been working on streaming nets during SoScan TV Net and all of that. So on the YouTube channel there, it's a good way to listen in, see how your signal's going, how's the repeater behaving or misbehaving, and how our radios are behaving or misbehaving into the repeater and all that. So that's another good resource and pretty cool to check out. So that's all I got. Send it back to you. WXA Tim OJ.
Stan, KE8 NJI Brian, this is W8NGT. Hey, just curious, do you have anything to add, or do you have any questions while you're here?
This is KE8NJT. No, I don't. The field days, I think, are very, very interesting, but because of my personal situation, it's not something that I really am able to attend. But just a curiosity, just about all of us have mobile units. Does it work to pull a vehicle into an area like that, say the parking lot at the pavilion, and set up? Will that count as a station in winter field day?
Yes, it does. It's considered a unit, so you would be, if you were by yourself, you would be a one Mike Michigan, Mike India. That's what the answer for field day.
Roger that. Thanks.
this is W8NGT, Net Control. We're going to do our checkout procedures, so I will call your call sign and say your name, and then you just reply with your call sign, your name, and out. X8MOJ, Dan?
WX8MOJ out.
E8NJT, Brian?
KE8NJT out.
Thanks for coming to this last of the year net. Appreciate it all. We're all checked out. The frequencies turned back over to regular amateur radio use. Everybody have a happy new year. And thank you very much. This is W8NGT out.
Tim, and good to hear you on the air, Brian. Happy New Year. WX8MOJ.
Happy New Year to both of you gentlemen. Normally I just lurk in the background so I keep my finger on the pulse, so to speak, and know what's going on. But it sounded like you needed another number tonight, so I chimed in. You guys have a good New Year, and be careful with this weather. KE8NJT clear.
This is the W8BCI repeater CL100 Hz.